Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Damien here, and after a very long break, I've decided to try to do another stream. We are not abandoning the Dyson Sphere project, but unfortunately, that's a bit too big of a commitment for me right now, time-wise. So I'm gonna try shorter segments of various small sandbox builders, mainly, where we try to see how much we can achieve in 10 hours. The stream rate is not gonna be extremely high, probably small streams, 1 to 2 hour tops. And yeah, we'll see how we go. And without dragging it any further, let's start a new game. We're gonna call this 10 hour, and well, let's enable Steam Cloud Save, not that it matters all that much. There is a timer on the bottom left of the screen, which we will start in just a second. There we go. Timer is running, and we're off to Hydroneer. I will try to explain as we go along, but well, the game is pretty simple, especially at the beginning. We have to dig, and the way this works is we dig dirt into the bucket. We can dig up to 4 shovels of dirt. We pour dirt into the water and we scrub the water for resources. Now, there is something to be aware here. I have played Hydroneer somewhat. The deeper you dig, the better the resources are gonna be. You're not gonna get more chunks or anything like that, but the chunks that you get are gonna be heavier and thus get you a better value when traded. And I'll get to that part in just a second, the traded part. Right now, our first goal is to I think get a couple more shovels in, and very soon we're gonna turn in our first haul. I'm hoping to get about 300 coins. And the first part we're gonna try to automate. This is an that's not what I wanted to do. This is an automation game, by the way. It's not gonna be all manual, but it does start out, well, in some way similar to Factorial. We have to manually mine for some resources. Let's do one more round of this. Okay. So, one of the very interesting quirks of this game is the fact that okay, somebody just told me that the timer is not in the best place. Let's try upper left corner. Maybe that's gonna be better. So yeah, everything here is
It might be shiny, but you need a keen eye to value it rightly.
physics based, so there's no backpack, there's no inventory. Everything needs to be carried. There is a small caveat to that, and I'll get to that in just a second. Right now, let's get this back. That one over there was the shop. Now, unfortunately, this haul was a bit lighter than I expected. I was fairly unlucky, I think. Okay,
You won't find
this is a
better prices
cart,
than these.
and this is one of the only places where the interaction physics don't apply that well. So I don't know if I have enough for all of this. Let's see. We get a total here. We get those our coins. I've actually counted well for a change. And we get a few items to help us process things just a bit faster. Now, this is our main... where do I want this? Let's get this one over here. I'm trying to get this in line with the hole that I'm digging over there. And I think that hole might just be a bit off center. But I think that I'm on the correct grid. And let's see how far we can get the water through over here. So okay, this is off center. You know what? I'll spend just a fraction of time. I want to align this to the hole I'm building over there. Okay, what we can do, it is getting dark. Actually, I meant to do this before the stream starts, but yeah, unfortunately there's no other way to reduce. There's no other way to reduce the effect of the night. So, well, I think that this is actually gonna be good enough. So now we don't have to run all the way over there to get water. We can get it from over here. What I want to do is I actually want to see where the grid is, because I have dug... well, the hole should have been in the center over here, so let's go ahead and fix that. We'll dig a brand new hole. And well, I hope that the graphic quality is not the best anyway. So oh, this was already full. But this should already be substantially faster. That was me trying to use push to mute in OBS, but failing miserably. Sometimes even dropping things is a bit difficult, but well, getting there slowly but surely. So what I'm trying to do here is dig as deep as I possibly can. I don't think I hit rock bottom yet. There is a depth limit, but yeah, as I was saying, I don't think I've hit it yet. We'll see. We'll see how we go. So far, we're just gonna try to use lower level soil as much as we can, and also dig around to make the hole ever so slightly larger. The goal is going to be to get a pipe all the way down there. And well, get ourselves all the way down there, which is gonna be even more challenging. I always tend to mix up the collision detection is sometimes weird. It doesn't want to dig even though, like right now I'm clicking, but for some reason it's not registering the click. Not sure. Oh, that is rock bottom. I think that's why it was not registering the click. That means I am digging potentially slightly off center. And there we go, we have our first power shard as well. That is the glowy thing that just appeared in the bucket. So yeah, that's definitely how many pipe segments? Yeah, that's definitely way too close. I thought I was closer to the middle of the basin, but apparently I'm not. Oh, we'll have to make this work, I guess. Okay, we are going to put this piece of ore somewhere safe. I will need that for a filter a bit later on. For now, let's go trade in the ore that we've gathered.
honest prices. All appraisals by weight. Huh?
Okay, come on. Oh, that was actually 3 pieces of power shards. That's very good. That's gonna come in very handy very soon. So let's get the cart. As I was saying earlier, the one place physics doesn't apply is within the cart.
I got the goods if you got the cash.
Okay, let's get a pickaxe. And I believe that this is actually, we can get more. What do I want to get more? I want to do this. I want to get some blocks. I have to be very careful how I'm actually positioning them. You can position them within the cart, but there's not that much space. And let's get a few more pipes. I don't know if I can get that one as well. I think I might have. Oh no. I am still well within budget. So what we're gonna do now is actually get to the middle of the basin, dig site. Let's use dig site. That sounds a bit better. And now I'm really hope I'm well aligned to the grid. Let's use this as a marker. So we're gonna start digging. So we're gonna make 2 holes again. This is not in the middle of the grid, it is gonna be on that cell. So let's put a marker here and we're gonna dig down this over here. You know what? Can I drop in here? I should be able to drop. What? Do I not have my... Oh, I do have my pickaxe. Why can I not dig? That is definitely not... Oh, there we go. That's rock bottom. And the square is that way. I need to start digging this way, I believe. We can always hit unstuck. That's gonna get us to the surface. Was I digging the right way? It seemed that I was digging the right way. Let's go from this side now. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm actually trying to make a way that I can access the bottom of the pit without having to use the unstuck function every time. Yes, we are technically losing some soil, but that's replaceable. We will have plenty of soil. There we go. Can I get out of here is the question. I can make this type of stairs, I guess. There we go. And this is why we have bought the blocks.
Huh?
We will use them to make our stairs to move in and out of this place. What? No, that's wrong. This, I should be able to place this. Object placement here is sometimes weird, but it is what it is. Let's try to get the pipe as deep underground as I can. Not that it matters all that much right now. I have one more pipe. I'm not gonna get that down there. Next order of business. Let's get a shovel here. Let's make some actual space so we can move around this place. I want to try to keep at least one block of dirt. It's it's actually quite visible when I'm getting close to the surface. I've just realized that that gray looking dirt is the topsoil. I haven't played the game all that much. I probably have about, I don't know, maybe 10 hours, maybe a bit more, but not much more. Okay, so the reason why I need to make space over here is, well, it's kind of twofold. Perfect, that is in the right position. I think all I need now is the, well, both brush and bucket. Can I drop the brush here? I cannot. Let's get a source of light. I'll try to put this somewhere out of the way. And now we're gonna be digging using the best soil we have available at this dig site. And yes, there are multiple dig sites, but we'll have to get money to be able to mine there. We have to buy them. Pretty sure 10 hours will be more than enough to move on to one of the better dig sites. As of now, as far as I can tell, there's not that much difference between the other existing dig sites. The main difference is the max depth. I think that this one is limited to a depth of 8 or something like that, I believe. I don't know for sure. Depth in the game, I think, goes up to 30. This is the problem with limited space and with everything being physics-based interactions. That's not what I wanted to do. What? there was still a piece of dirt in there currently. I must have accidentally dropped more dirt than I thought I would. I need to put the bucket over that way so I can drop the shovel there. So right now I'm trying to just use the bottom soil for digging. We will use the pickaxe to dig more dirt very soon, as we're gonna hopefully start automating. The next goal is to get about 1000 coins, hydro coins, however they're called. Okay, I need to put a brush over the other way as well, so I can drop the shovel. The shovel is really problematic to drop and makes it really annoying, but actually there is one thing I can probably that will turn off the hopefully the player sound whenever it cannot drop something where it's meant to drop it. It's a good sound at the beginning when getting familiar with the game, but it gets really annoying really fast. So we want to keep digging that way, I think. Okay, we have a bit of cloud from ore. I'll just put this aside. You'll see why in hopefully 15 to 20 minutes. Or we were half hour through, and so far we've just been shoveling dirt in the bucket. Maybe not the most entertaining gameplay, but especially after a long day at work in the office, I find this extremely relaxing. Yes, that annoying sound is gone now. Let's do one more bucket and let's see how much we get. Oh, nice. More core stone. Actually gonna keep the core stone. So I'll just drop the cart over here because we're gonna go do some shopping. And I'll take the basket, hopefully be able to get up here.
There you go, bless.
And let's see, are we even close? I'm thinking we're gonna be somewhere around 6. Oh wow. Yes, as you can see, this was substantially more productive. We're 1.4k, that means we should be able to automate our first setup here.
Thanks for your business.
And stop manual mining. But for that, what do we need? Okay, we need One elbow. We need a few more straight pipes. Yeah, let's go with 4. Definitely need at least one T-junction. Let's get this one, the power pipe, the iron pressure tank, as it's called. And what else? What else? What else? How much does Hydroneer cost? I actually
You won't find better
do
prices
not
than
know.
these.
It. I got it a while back when it first released. I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's about. I might be very wrong. Should be about 20-ish Australian dollars.
I got the goods if you got the cash.
But don't quote me on that. Best thing to do is to check on Steam for the actual price. So this is our first bit of automation. I really hope I remember the numbers correctly. And we have enough money. Yes, we do. We're actually left with about 400. Because I got way more money than I thought I would. That's why. So, okay, let's take that out of the way. We need to set this up. Everything, as the game name suggests, is driven off water, or with water. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one is the topsoil and how much room do I actually need to make here. The first setup is gonna be the very rudimentary, but it's gonna, well, basically automate everything for us. And I think I chopped enough here to be able to start placing a few of the machines down. Okay, I do not need this block. That's the one I forgot to buy. So this is a mining drill. It will mine dirt as an infinite supply. Yes, I think that that's actually a very good question. I was under the impression that it might have multiplayer, but now that I think about it, there might not be multiplayer. I've only played this on my own. I kind of remember some forum discussions a while back of potential multiplayer. And I was quite sure that it actually got implemented. But now that you've actually asked the question, I am not sure anymore. Okay, I am meant to have an L pipe here. Where's my spare block? There it is. So, as I was saying, the clipping is sometimes very interesting. I am allowed to put... Where's my shovel? I am allowed to put a block through a pipe, and that's not the only interesting interaction. We need to have a piece of dirt there. Nope, I do not need that one. I need a T-pipe and... There we go. Last but not least, the pressure tank. And after this I will talk a bit about the mechanics, the water mechanics. I won't go into too much detail just yet, but what did I want to do? Okay, it's this pan? No. Did I leave my pan over here?
One day I'll buy a shiny.
Yes, I did. So let's start this one. Actually, just one crystal for now. And what I really need to do is come over here, and I need to make a flat surface. I thought my depth perception in this game is abysmal. I thought I made way more space than I've done. Probably something along the lines of that. And that should get things going. Let's turn this on. Okay, that's somewhat there. So let's talk a bit about the game mechanics. I will feature as part of, not this series, but some of the upcoming series, some games that definitely have multiplayer and that I've played with my wife quite a few times. But yes, let's not get distracted. Let's talk a bit about pipe mechanics. So the intake valve has a pressure output. The iron intake valve is the first tier, and that has a pressure output of 100%. Every pipe segment will decrease the water pressure by 3% until, well, eventually it goes down all the way to 0 and things will not work. But more than that, both machines actually function better the better the water pressure is. So yeah, I don't like that it doesn't shoot in the pan always, but well, hopefully it's gonna be good for now. I don't need to clear too much, but I do need to clear these two lanes for the next build. I'm just waiting for some resources to gather now. I could try to help, but well, I'm lazy that way. So yeah, the higher the pressure, the faster the machines will function. And well, the better resource throughput, and In a limited time challenge, we want best resource throughput to get most money to be able to afford to increase the base. So let's dig a bit more this way now. I'm just trying to make this space a bit more bearable, or enough room to move around, because we are gonna increase this as we progress. And I do need to bring the second pan down here. Last piece of what I'm trying to explain, at least for this part, is the pressure tank. The pressure tank uses the power shards, consumes them at a fairly slow rate, so I'm not necessarily worried about that one power shard finishing very fast. It will finish within this hour of gameplay, but yeah, I don't know exactly how long one power shard lasts, but it should be a decent amount of time. Okay, let's do a bit more this way. And yeah, basically, as long as it has power shards in it, the pressure tank will reset the pressure moving onward from the water flow direction back to its original pressure. So when I say back to its original pressure, in our case, it's gonna be back to 100% right now. And by saying that, I am quite obviously alluding to the fact that there will be ways to increase our pressure input. There are multiple intake tiers and pipe tiers. We cannot afford them right now, but we will get there. We will get better intakes, and there's also a way to boost pressure. Now, this one we need to dig very tall, because this is gonna be where our conveyor belt will take dirt out of the mine shaft onto the surface. You could build everything inside of the mine shaft, but especially over here, it gets very crowded very fast, so I would much rather do that on the surface, where we can have a nice and flat surface. We won't be using the brush anymore. The game mechanics are very simple. There's no skill tree, there's no nothing to unlock. Everything is pretty much straightforward in that regard. Dig to get money, to get resources. We're gonna get to that part in just a second. To get better resources, to get more money, to get more resources. And well, I don't know if I've done the game justice, but that's pretty much the game. And I find it highly enjoyable. For some very strange reason. Let's see. No, that's definitely not good. That's even worse. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, that's too far away. Maybe that? Okay, that looks decent. Let's go trade in our resources. And with 422, I think we'll be able to start the next section of the build. Well, with 422, I might have had enough money to start the next phase of the build regardless. The goal for today is to more or less fully automate. That is a lot of money. I got distracted for way too long. I still have a pretty nasty cold, so every once in a while I have to take small breaks just to, well, have a bit of a cough break. Anyway, moving back to the game, what we want to do now is, well, we have a way to process the resources. For that, we need a furnace, we need a crucible, we need a casting mold, and to get the best value, let's see, I definitely should have enough money. We also need an anvil. What else? We need at least one block, but I think I'm gonna get two, maybe even let's go with 3 blocks. Are we going 300? Oh yeah, that was the very cheap build. So given that we have enough money, I'm gonna get the pipes. I needed to get 20 of those and I needed to count them. So let's get one more of these. I think I got one. No, I think I got one too many T's, but that's okay. I still have a few straight pipes, but I'll get a few more. I need a valve hook. Something went over? No, all good. And I think that's it for over here. How much? Pretty penny, but all good. Since I'm here, let's make a very quick pit stop. I really hope I can get to my money. Yeah, I don't think that is going to happen. Okay, we'll be back there. Probably way faster than I would hope, but we will be back there. Okay, so first and foremost, let's put that block back. Let's put this block over here. And let's do the smelting setup over here. Now you might think that that looks weird, and you would be perfectly right. The reason why I am doing that is because this thing is round. That shape is not the best, and well, you can already see that this thing is tilted even on a flat surface. If you put it inside of the crucible, it looks really bad. Okay, so I really don't want to Okay, there we go. I have access to my money. The machine is still working. One mechanic I haven't mentioned yet is damage. As the game says it, when the water is extracted is unfiltered, and unfiltered water damages machines. And as such, we need to repair said machines. There is gonna be a tool to be able to determine how much damage a machine has accrued. Yeah, that's not great, but I don't have access to a funnel yet, so you know what? This is the reason why I wanted to get the third block. Blocks are cheap anyway, I shouldn't worry too much about it, but let's do this. Let's try to put that here and this here. Now, this is a flat surface, hopefully it's gonna stay there. We will hopefully hear when things break. That pipe goes all the way down there. Now, the reason why I had to buy so many pipes was because we do this, I think, like that. One of the T pipes is up here. Conveyor belts run on pipes. We will have a conveyor belt coming through here. And we'll probably end it here. And over here it's gonna start going upwards. Let's place this pipe over here. No. Come on, rotate the right way. This is gonna be a T shape, coming all the way down like that. Let's get the bucket out of the way. And yes, the second T shape was down here as well. Okay, and I think I should be left mainly with elbow pipes, I think they're called. Yes, they are called elbow pipes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna circle back around. I need to go one level higher. Is this high enough? So there's gonna be a machine sitting over here, the crusher, or however it's called. I think that this might be good enough. For now, let's build the other side of the pipe. Okay, I will need 2 elbow pipes. One here and another one over here. This is gonna move down here. There's gonna be the T pipe there. I find it a bit difficult to visualize. Okay, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. And yes, there is obviously one more needed over here. Okay, I think this looks good. I will explain what I'm at least trying to do in just a second. Did I see sparks? Yes, I do see sparks. So sparks means this is no longer working. Plenty of resources. I will not repair that one just yet. This is probably damaged, but I don't think it's as damaged as this one, as I believe that this takes damage only when it's working. And well, given that it's not constantly working, it doesn't take constant damage. But yes, over here I will have the other power shard thingy. And let's see. We'll have our water intake. What I want to output over on this side. If I want to output over on this side, the water intake needs to be down here. You know what? There's a problem with the pipe that's gonna be right in the middle of everything, so I'm gonna alter this design slightly. Also, the pipe cannot loop back around here because the square is occupied. So I'll put the machine intake over here. That means that the D piece will be over here. And that means I can cut this one short, I think. Let's see. So this is gonna loop back around, it's gonna output over here, and then we'll have a very long straight pipe. Let's collect all the power shards in one place. We'll drop that one over there, and I need a straight segment to fit that one in, but because we've moved everything over by one block, we can do this now. Something is off here. Something is very off, because if the machine is here, I'll need a... Okay, I'll see that part when I'll see that part when I get the rest of the conveyor belts. For now, I do have a few spare. You know what? Let's place it here for now. Make sure that the machines are still working and the crusher is still working. That's good. We have this bit. We still have 1.4, which is really awesome. We have the anvil. And in the anvil we can make 5 items. You can make dagger, axe, sword, ring, and necklace. There's really no difference what we're making for now but the best one to do is the sword. There's no difference in terms of materials. Each item will give a percentage boost to the raw ingredients, percentage boost of value. The sword gives the biggest percentage boost, so well, we're gonna use the sword. And that being said, let's go swap out the bucket and start processing. Now I'm gonna try to skip a step, and I really hope I'm not gonna regret trying to do this. So when smelting, resources need to be sorted out. Now the first resource that's gonna drop in there, it's gonna dictate what we're smelting. So this means we're smelting iron now. And if I pour everything in, the iron should smelt and we'll be able to make a mold. Yes, that was the problem I was afraid of. Everything else falls down to the ground. Hopefully, this is the only time we need to do this. I think I managed to gather quite a bit of resources, so I might have enough to well, basically be the only time when I have to deal with resource sorting by hand. No, that was the wrong one. That was Cloutium. It looks extremely identical, but it actually is not identical to gold. Alright, that's why I shouldn't be doing this. I should not have done this over here. Okay, this is the faster way of doing things, but I'm not sorting the resources out. So what I'm gonna be hoping is gonna happen is that it will melt the gold first and leave everything else outside. Okay, I do have one gold ore, but that's out. And yeah, I really hope that because I put gold in there first, gold is gonna melt. And only gold. We'll leave these resources on the floor for now. Let's see what we get when we smelt this. And I got lucky. We did smelt gold. With nothing else in there, that's actually very good. So this should be another gold bar smelted. And that gives us 3 gold bars. So when I was saying earlier that resources don't matter, they don't matter in the sense that we can use any resource any weight as long as they're ingots and or polished gems. We do not have polished gems yet, but we do have ingots now. We need to heat up the ingots. We have our hammer over there, and think that this is heated enough. Let's see how much money we're gonna make. And if we are close to 6,000, we are gonna be good.
I ain't doing any refunds here.
This is actually running extremely well. We have 7,000. That means that we should have enough money to go shopping. So, well, let's do just that. That's about 8,000. That is 2,000 more than I think we need. Did it pick up the cart? Is it gonna cause weird interactions? No. Yeah, so we also get a truck to begin with. And there are multiple shops in Hydroneer. You've only seen the 2 shops at the very beginning, but well, we're going to the big city now. We are going to the big city, and we're first gonna stop by the Conveyor Nation shop. Very important, take our cart. So whenever you want to buy things in
Take a look at my
Hydroneer,
goods.
you either drive the truck if possible or the cart into the shop. You buy what you need, and what do I need? I need 6 belts, and you need to put them in a cart because otherwise, if they're not in a cart,
Thanks for your business.
they collide with each other. If they're in a cart, they do not collide. So I need... How many do I have? I think I need 6 of these. How many did I get? 3 times 6. Yeah, that's about right. I think that those were 6. Five of those. Um, 6 of those, I think, actually. I need 1 conveyor that goes to the left.
You got the cash.
And then I need 3 splitters to the right. And we're gonna see how they... no. That's... If you get an extra item, just take it outside of the shop. It will disappear. Yep.
Looking for some.
I think that's it. Will I be able to get the gem polisher? I might come back here if I have enough money. So we definitely have enough money for this. 3k. Oh yeah, definitely. So let's do the gem polisher and let's get the centralizer hook as well. Hefty price, but they're quite valuable. I'll just go into the second shop. This is the equivalent of our tier 1 shop, but it has a few more interesting items. Okay, so I got the hammer. I'll need quite a few pans. What else do I want from here? I want to get a rake to make the base ever so slightly prettier. These are the tier 2 pipes, but as you can see, they're basically 10x the cost. These are the water filters, which will help us prevent damaging the machines. Oh yes, the magnet is very important. It's gonna save us a lot of headache. If I can have it, I will get the scales as well. Let's see how we are on money. Just 900. We still have 1.6. And because we still have 1.6, let's go ahead and actually get a smelter. I don't think I can afford 2 smelters. No, I cannot. I will be able to afford all the smelters next turn. Really hope I didn't forget anything. So over in the top center, that blue square, you've guessed it, the trucks run on water as well. Everything in Hydroneer runs on water. Okay, so we are an hour and 11 minutes in, and we're getting extremely close to being able to automate ore processing. Okay, that's our cart over here. Let's start placing things down. So this is gonna be an empty, and we're gonna start over here. So sorters work fairly simply by, come on, I was sure I had one more iron left, apparently I don't. So as you can see, this one is still not damaged. What I want to do was to get an iron ore, and that's why I've saved the other resources as well for sorters. Now, because I put iron ore here, all the iron ore is gonna be sorted down this way, and everything else is gonna continue flowing downstream. Now, if I can get out of here the rake, that would make me extremely happy. Oh, there it is. Come on, really? There we go. All the rake does is give us some level soil to work with, because this is actually quite bumpy soil, although it might not look that way. The collision system for the rake is not the best, but we'll have to do this. Make a bit of a flat surface. Let's go 3 wide flat surface. As I was saying, not the best, but good enough. Some things are gonna be left up in the air, but it's perfectly fine. I went 4 wide, but there's gonna be more leveling coming, so... Okay, I'm worried that this finally broke. Actually, they both broke at the same time, which is perfect timing. If the crusher breaks but the miner keeps working, things are gonna get clogged up. conveyor belts, as I mentioned earlier, everything runs on water. Conveyor belts are no exception. We need to build the pipe first, and then we can put conveyor belts on said pipes. Now, I really want to get some of the regular conveyors. Perfect. And did I get the polisher out? Okay, I did get the right hammer. For a second I thought I got a duplicate hammer. But no, it's all good, so... Basically this makes sure that everything, all the resources are on the center of the belt. If they're not on the center, some weird behaviors happen. This is the upgraded version of the furnace, but it costs an arm and a leg. We're gonna get to the interesting part in just a second. Right now I want to make sure I have yes, I do think I have all the belts I need. Yep, that's perfect. I am low on pipes though. It is what it is. Let's put down the pipes that go up. So each the belts that go up, each belt goes up by 1 level. Let's take them closer over here. Can I? Yeah, I can drop the cart over there. And I should be able to stay down here and place the remainder of the belts. Oh, place them correctly would be ideal. Okay, so the idea here is that I have this left belt and let's see what's the best way to run these pipes. I could take everything. So I'm gonna need a pipe over here. I'm trying to visualize how that crusher is gonna work over here. So ideally I want it... Oh, that's not great. These two need to align. So I think something over here needs to change. Let's try to figure out what. First and foremost, I think I need to drive everything 1 space backwards. This means that I can have everything here. Let me see how well can I flatten out this. Okay, this was not that bad, and I just saw, yeah, I have a square there where everything is flat. Sure, let's go with this. So I'm gonna change the lane. It's gonna come over here. Let's use this pipe to fill in that gap. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use a straight pipe over here and then do that elbow bend over here like this. I'll have to make sure that that part is accessible to replenish the crystals. Do I still have a straight pipe? I do not. Okay, so the secret here is to pick up from okay, I have no idea which way they go. Hopefully never mind, let's do this apparently the easier way, which is this way. When I pick them up with both pipe and belt, they don't show the arrows, and that is really confusing. Okay, so I need straight pipe there. This thing is actually gonna... Can I push it down one? No, I cannot. Let's leave that one there. That's gonna come over here and... well, actually everything needs to move off by one. 1, 2, 3. 3 eye pipes. I think that's all I have left to purchase. So let's quickly go ahead and get one of those.
You won't find better prices than these.
I really wish it would be able to take up the money straight from the cart, not having to put it into the basket. The toolboxes are good for 5 repairs. They are consumables, which is a bit of pain, but it is what it is. Okay, so everything needs to be shifted by 1. Okay, last but not least, I kept some Cloutium. For now, everything else is gonna go into baskets. Except the iron ore. So are we ready with everything? Well, let's put the L-shaped belt over here. I guess technically I could have used this one, but But we'll need it later anyway, so not that big of a deal. Okay. This is gonna drive me crazy, so let's take care of the exit here. This is gonna be my main exit out of the mine shaft, and I am gonna go in the mine shaft quite a bit. So with the rake it gets very easy to make nice flat square holes, and this fits perfectly into said square holes. We'll see that in action in just a second. For now, let's put a pan for each resource, and no. That was far from ideal. Not there anymore. Oh, okay. I did get lucky and it fell through the dirt. It's not a lot, but it will be enough to power that bit. Let's get a rake and fix that up. Yeah, the game is sometimes very weird that way. And this is where this hammer comes in play very handy. It locks all the objects down, so we can no longer interact with them. We can unlock them eventually, but well, yeah, for now that's good. Let's cast that one because I want to resupply this thing as well. Let's actually, first of all, cut off the water supply, and let's take this machine first. So this machine should very nicely slot in over here. It has water connection. I'm trying to think if there's a better way to run this. I could have made an L shape over here, but it is what it is. It's good enough. There's a couple of changes I need to do over here for this to work. This power shard is probably almost used up. Let's collect everything. We now have a sorting mechanism, which is really great. That's good. We want this out of the way, and we need to have a T shape over here. Yeah, I cannot rotate these things or anything in the world. Eventually I just hit, smash enough keys that it works. I'll leave this pipe here. We will work on getting more miners soon. But I think that this gives us automation. Okay, let's first of all lock a few of these pipes down so I don't accidentally move them around. I think that's a reasonable thing to do to begin with. Can I get out of here? There we go. Really? These pipes will more or less stay here for the remainder of the game. Something's weird here. This should not be moving this slow. Anyway, let's do that. And we can see the jump polisher in action. We can see the sorting. Okay, I managed to put almost everything in the right place. That is really great. Okay, this is working as expected. This is not. The water pressure here is way too low and I don't fully understand why. There we go. We can now move around this without fear of bashing my head. Okay, that looks much better now. Let's cover that original hole that I misplaced. Okay, and this is gonna make a nice... Oh, that's good enough. I am just buying time to try to think exactly what's going wrong here. So this is moving fast. That has good... Okay, let's go get a water pressure reader. No more guessing. Do I have water pressure readers over here?
Take a look at my goods.
I'm fairly sure I do not have any of those things. How much do I have left? 200? Did that thing break down? Okay, no reason to go for the water pressure reader anymore. For some reason I think the crystal didn't make contact with the walls of the pressure tank, and that's why it was not powering, but you can see now that this is actually moving at a decent pace. So let's see what is next. I will try to do this. Hopefully I'm not gonna regret. I do have the magnet, so it's not gonna be that bad. Okay, we actually got everything in from the first try. That was quite lucky. The magnet is not the most reliable thing, but it allows us to at least displace resources even a bit, which is enough. What I'm trying to do now is very ambitious. Well, more or less sorted out, I would say. So that's our first. Our first gold bar. Let's make this one the second. Wait, was it this way? Yes. I don't know if they go lower on the ground or not. I hope they do. As you can probably see, I'm not touching the iron ore. That's for a very good reason. Okay, let's heat those things up, and oh, while that's happening, let's rake a bit more. Now, ideally what I would want to get next is gold smelting, Cloutium smelting, and power shell smelting, but for that we need sorting. So technically we need 5 more sorters, which is very expensive. and 3 more of those, which that is by itself 3000 gold. Let's see, 3000 coins, I mean. Let's see how much we make with this sword. And where's my hammer? Okay, apparently I've dropped a few items. That's perfectly fine. With a scale we can actually check the price. That's 7k. 7k should be enough to buy me all the required smelters and well, remainder of the things. So let's do that, and we'll probably call that a good first day for the stream. Okay, I wanted to say I'm pretty sure I had some coin left, not a lot, but some. I don't need to go to the vendor. At the top of the hill there are multiple vendors, and there's one that's gonna be in our way. So let's go ahead for that one.
You know, digging deeper will get you the best resources.
If you pay attention to the messages, some of the tips are actually quite good.
I'd like you to make me summit.
I'm just trying to think how much money we need. So we need 3.6 plus another 5 of those.
Don't mind me.
That's
I'm just mooching about.
3k. Yeah, I think I have enough to get a cart upgrade. And I should have probably left
Come have a gander.
this cart somewhere more accessible. We want to get the fast cart. As you can see, it is fast. It allows me to actually run. And okay, let's
Take a look at my goods.
start shopping. Money goes in the basket and conveyor right. We have 4 types of gems
Thanks for your business.
and 1 more resource to filter out, so this should be 2.5k. Do I need anything else from here? Belts? No.
I got the goods if you got the cash.
I don't think I need anything else from here right now.
I got the goods if you got the cash.
Did I pick up the money? That's gonna be a question you're gonna hear me ask myself lots of times. Usually the answer is gonna be no, and this time was no exception. So I have gold smelting, platinum smelting, and power shard smelting. Those are gem compressors. It merges gems into a single gem, make them easier to transport, but we do not need those right now. That one cuts gems in half, that one cuts bars in half. Again, none are needed right now. And let's first and foremost see how we are with money. We're down to 400. Not enough to buy water filters. Let's get a pressure hook. I've said not enough to buy water
I need
filters
something
because
specific.
a water filter increases water quality by 20%. We need to have it up to 100% to not damage our machines. So I think that means we need about 800 or something like that in total. Did I pick up the money? Yes, I did this time. And right now running water filters is not actually it might still be better than getting our machines damaged, but yeah, we'll get to that in a bit of time. So right now, if I put the pressure reader over here, it should read 49, which is, well, given the length of this, I would say acceptable. What am I doing? I am getting pipes.
You won't
I
find better prices
forgot to
than
buy
these.
pipes. I have 5 sorters to put. That means we need 5 pipes. Very low on money, but that is more or less it for what we needed the money for, so I would say that I'm happy. Where's my hammer? I want to lock these pipes down first and only then put... Oh, for a second there I actually thought I got the wrong type of conveyor belt, which would have been quite costly. Get wrong, but well, fortunately I didn't. Let's get our tractor out of the way and let's get a few pans. I don't think I have enough pans. Oh, actually I might have enough pans, because everything up to there will actually have a smelter. So let's start digging some holes. Okay, first order of business, I need to find a pickaxe. Did I leave it down in the mine shaft? Yes, I did. Okay, and okay, that should make Come on, you can do it. There we go. I saw it. We still need to flatten the ground and all the edges, because otherwise the hitboxes tend to be somewhat awkward. There we go. Okay, just 2 more. Okay, this is gonna be for power shards, and finally Cloutium. There we go. Not that big of a loot, but should be fine. We'll get more. Okay, let's open a bit more here. Will this actually go up 1 level? I really hope not. This what's the name? Amber something? Amber Cradle. Amber Cradle is quite flat. I don't know why this pan is crooked. I'm assuming it was because of the uneven terrain there. All good. We will no longer be needing these. This can stay here. We'll need the crucible to heat up. But yep. We are now fully automated. $3K gold. That's actually good enough. For the next project, I'll just smelt 2 more small ingots. As I was saying, the total weight doesn't matter, what it needs to be 3 ingots of anything. This one we definitely don't use. This one we are gonna use, but not right now. For some reason I forgot about it. So we want that crystal there. There it is. Now, if I can fish a blue crystal out of here, that would be really awesome. And for a really neat magic trick, I would need to fish out an onyx, a black crystal, but that's not gonna happen. So the bottom one is destroyed too. My assumption is that it's gonna be faster to get the rocks by hand than to use the magnet. I don't see anything else. That looks good. Okay, everything's on the belt. Do we get any onyx? We actually don't have any onyx. That's quite disappointing. How much iron do we have? Do we have at least 300? We actually have 660. That is really awesome. That would be enough gold as enough money as is. But let's make just a bit more. We'll go sell and the ingot needs to be over the shape. 4k, that's a decent amount of money.
I'd like you to make me something.
So next stream, I'm not sure exactly when next stream is gonna be, but next stream we're gonna be looking at expanding our mining operations here. We could have probably made substantially more money by selling the iron ore, but
Don't suppose you can grab me.
the iron ore is crucial in our expansion operations. Out of curiosity, how much money this would have been? This would have been 8k, so about 11k worth of money here. But yes, as I was saying, better priorities for iron. That being said, I think that that's gonna be it here. We're gonna, well, I'm gonna continue the timer in the next stream where we left off. 8 minutes and 8 hours and 4 minutes. And that being said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the stream and hope to see you here next time. Have a good one.